Hi, my name's Jane Kevin. I live in the northwest of England. I'm a recently retired GP and I'm a member of the advocacy and lobbying group Health Workers for Palestine. A few days ago, Eran Etzion, the former deputy head of the Israeli National Security Council, posted a hugely significant post on X. To understand its significance, some background information is needed. So, under Israeli law, male and female citizens and residents of Israel aged 18 and above are subjected to a military draft. That means they are conscripted to serve in the IDF, the Israeli army. Military service is generally 24 to 32 months. There are limited exemptions to this as defined by law. Then after the continuous period of service, it is obligatory to serve in the reserve forces for about 21 to 45 days per year, up to the age of 41. Those people are called reservists. Now, military service is accepted by most Israelis. In fact, serving in combat roles and in elite units in the IDF is considered prestigious and deserving of public esteem. But there are some teenagers who refuse to enlist on moral grounds, conscientious objectors, and there are some reservists who refuse to return to military service for the same reasons. And a refusal to serve in the military is considered to be extreme and socially unacceptable generally. A term in prison or repeated terms in prison is the usual consequence, the usual punishment. Now, there is an organisation called the Refusal Solidarity Network that supports young people who refuse to be enlisted the first time, or reservists who refuse to return for another period of military service. And yesterday, on their Facebook page, they posted this tweet by Eran Etzion, and here's their post. Former deputy head of the Israeli National Security Council calls for refusal to serve following government adoption of the General's Plan aimed at displacing hundreds of thousands of Palestinians residing in northern Gaza. Now, I'd really request that you do a search about the General's Plan. It's so much more than just displacement. There are horrendous consequences for people who refuse to be displaced. So here's a full translation of Eran Etzion's tweet on the Refusal Solidarity Network Facebook page. I have never called for refusal. In my view, this step should be reserved for the most extreme and clear-cut cases of a black flag, of a manifestly illegal order, of a war crime. Well, here we are at this point. Netanyahu and the cabinet have passed a decision hidden from the public to implement the General's Plan. This plan is a war crime. And if that's not serious enough, it was done after the US government issued a written statement that implementing this plan or similar actions would lead to an American arms embargo on Israel. It's hard to imagine more severe circumstances than these. So, if you are a soldier or officer, whether active duty, reserve or permanent, it is your duty to refuse to take part in any action that constitutes a war crime. And if you are not serving, it is your duty to call on those who are serving to refuse to take part in a war crime. Netanyahu and the 10-7 government are turning Israel into a pariah state and are bringing themselves and the officers and soldiers of the IDF to the dock in The Hague, Brussels, London, and many other capitals around the world. This must not be allowed. So that was the translation of the post on X of Eran Etzion, former deputy head of the Israeli National Security Council. You will not hear on mainstream news about what is happening in northern Gaza. You will not read in the mainstream press what is happening in northern Gaza. Please look at some YouTube pages. Please look at independent networks like Double Down News, The Intercept, Open Democracy, independent news organisations. It is horrific. And for the former deputy head of the Israeli National Security Council to call it a war crime and to call for refusal to serve, I'm not sure anything could be more significant than that. Thank you.